Hello there, Commonwealth from here. We love the Nintendo Switch and its games, but most of all, can't wait for new experiences on the system. So with the Zelda anniversary opened, it's time to go over our top 10 upcoming Nintendo Switch games for this year of Zelda, Pokemon and Metroid anniversaries. And 2022, since yes, a lot of Switch titles are coming out or might end up in 2022. So let's get this out of the way. First, like the video so we get over 3,500 likes for 35 years of Zelda. If you are new, then welcome, the subscribe button is right there, as we're going for 300,000. The same goes with that notification bell, and we'll do our best to take care of you with great Switch videos. Actually, we have 11, as we start with Shin Megami Tensei 5. We absolutely needed an Atlus title here, and with Persona 5 Strikers finally out, we now direct our attention to the big release that we have waited for over 4 years. SMT5, a Nintendo Switch exclusive since Persona 5 is locked well on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Set in Tokyo, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is the quintessential JRPG beside obviously Persona 5. With a number like that and with no Persona 5 on Nintendo Switch, high expectations are obvious. Still, even with a 2021 release year, we know very little about this game, apart from the fact that we'll be playing as a Japanese character in a demon nightmare setting, and that it is being designed as a hybrid of Nocturne and 4. The remaster of Nocturne, by the way, is also coming to Nintendo Switch in 2021, and together with Shin Megami Tensei 5 will offer excellent turn-based combat, solid narratives, and very creative twists. But now, let's get this list properly started with
our number 10, New Pokemon Snap. Okay, this game is developed by Bandai Namco, not Game Freak or Nintendo. And you know what? That's great! Since have you seen a prettier Pokemon game than this in recent years? Well, with the exception of 2015's Pokken Tournament, which was also developed by Bandai Namco. It may be an on-rails photo experience, so obviously crisp visuals and plenty of Pokemon are crucial, but that doesn't change the fact that this still feels like a massive leap from Pokemon Sword and Shield and its expectations from a graphical standpoint, which says a lot of things about the current stage of Pokemon from a gameplay and graphical perspective, where less than 3 years of development from Game Freak is the norm, as every Pokemon generation only lasts 3 years. Luckily for Bandai Namco, they have not been under such pressure, as the first and only Pokemon Snap game so far came out in 1999. As such, New Pokemon Snap has hopefully had plenty of time to deliver a solid Pokemon photographic, simulation and interactive experience on and after April 30th.
Number 9. And time for the first of several 2022 Nintendo Switch titles, Project Triangle Strategy, the follow-up to the absolutely brilliant Octopath Traveler. Do I need to say more? How about even deeper Square Enix RPG refinement to the gorgeous art style and gameplay established by the now 2018 classic? Only that Triangle Strategy is not a classic RPG, but rather a tactical RPG filled with choices and consequences caused by these, and military units. So Fire Emblem fans, rise, as this game seems to be tailored for you. Though with democratic monarchies where campaigning, as the available demo showed, is crucial to win votes that may result or prevent battles, and then setting out the battlefield to advantage your forces. But there's far more than battles in this game, as interaction with your forces and lengthy conversations with choices that matter and impact the gameplay can immerse you for hours and make you attached before you risk it all on the battlefield. The 4-hour or so demo shows that this is an ambitious tactical RPG that will definitely be worth the wait to 2022, though for the next title, the wait is much shorter and might even be over depending on when you watch this video.
Since number 8 is Zelda Skyward Sword HD. The Legend of Zelda is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year, and 10 years ago, during the 25th anniversary of the franchise, we got the solid origin story of the demon, goddess, and hero. Obviously, after Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD came out respectively in 2013 and 2016 to celebrate the 10th anniversary of those two games' original releases, now in 2021 it's Skyward Sword's turn to get the HD treatment. On July 26th precisely, because there are rumblings that we need to get this game out before we can get Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD on the Switch later this year. So yes, this in a way is a multi-game entry on this list. Still, Skyward Sword HD is a new HD release of an SD original, unlike the other two which will become another Wii U port to the Switch. And it comes with controller refinements, both in regards to more precise motion controls and the first time regular dual analog controls. Not dual analog camera controls, but the left analog stick controlling movement and the right analog stick controlling your sword, which will finally allow us to take the best Zelda dungeon experience with us on the go, including on the Switch Lite. And that particular reason plus big sales potential makes it rather obvious that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD should also abandon the Wii U ship soon. But why only the 7th spot on this list? Well, all of these are new releases of 10-year-old or older original games, and the only remaster remakes to be numbered on this list, unlike
Number 7. Bayonetta 3. Falling down a few spots, but that is because we haven't seen anything new from this game since its reveal in December 2017. Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 are already on the Switch and are absolutely brilliant, so play them if you haven't already, as these two are some of the best action-adventure hack and slash titles out there. It is just that development on Bayonetta 3 seems to have been troubled, as game creator Hideki Kamiya clearly wants to top this trilogy of games with an installment that will outdo the previous brilliant entries in a series, which seems to get better and better with every game. So can we expect it this year? Most likely not, as the game has clearly changed focus and seems more likely to be a 2022 or at worst 2023 title, and I think we might know the reason why, since the Umbra Witch Bayonetta was created by Kamiya after leaving Capcom, and his baby Devil May Cry with Dante. And as we all know, in 2018 Capcom revealed Devil May Cry 5, which with its release in 2019 caught up, and even in some eyes surpassed Bayonetta, as Nero, Dante, and V's crazy action-adventure hack-and-slash title took the world by storm. In other words, Bayonetta 3 has become a personal matter for Kamiya, who will do everything to outdo the winner of the best action-adventure game of the 2019 Game Awards. Hence, Bayonetta's latest installment will become a different experience than what was planned in 2017. It is just that we don't know when we'll play it, and it could be all thanks to Capcom. Speaking of...
Number 6. Monster Hunter Rise. With 2017's Monster Hunter World taking the Capcom and nearly at this point Nintendo exclusive franchise to stronger systems, it seems like the Osaka veteran had abandoned the Kyoto giant for the higher performance. But Capcom and Nintendo go too far back to say goodbye, and with the Nintendo Switch completely dominating the Japanese gaming market, there was no way that Monster Hunter would leave Nintendo. March 26, 2021 will or has already marked for the mighty return of a new installment of the franchise on a Nintendo system, with a lengthy questline, dual analog camera controls, plenty of hunters to play as, a massive world to explore and traverse, and an open-air mountain landscape to conquer through the wire bug, which can be used to ride certain monsters on top of your trusty Palamute. The demo of Monster Hunter Rise was excellent, and the sheer quality of the franchise alone speaks for why it's above Bayonetta 3, as it simply deserves it, for multiple reasons indeed. One being an innovative and deeply engaging entry into the Monster Hunter series, where the gameplay more than makes up for slightly worse graphics and world on PS4. 2. It's just like Bayonetta 3, a Nintendo Switch exclusive perfectly tailored for the system. And 3. Unlike World, we can easily take the hunt with us on the go. The same also goes for our next ambitious title.
As number 5 is Monolith Soft's new IP. For a moment during the February 2021 Nintendo Direct, I had pretty much given up on this game, but then it turned out that Pyra and Mythra are joining Smash instead of a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sequel reveal, which must mean that Monolith Soft has since 2018 been back to working on developing these beautiful concepts into their new IP and game, with a clearly fantasy medieval theme which might be open world, as Monolith Soft has plenty of expertise in that field through the Xenoblade trilogy of games, and in particular the massive Xenoblade Chronicles X. We have absolutely no idea when we'll see this game, as Monolith Soft is probably also involved in the development of a different Nintendo title. But starting a brand new IP is no doubt their priority, so they are taking all the time and effort required. I will say 2022 at best. No doubt, Monolith Soft games are worth waiting for. And it appears like the wait to play these concepts might actually be as long as the hunt for our favorite bounty hunter. As number 4 is Metroid Prime 4. Metroid and Samus. The troubled, but at the same time talented child of Nintendo that simply is unable to sell 3+ million copies of its newest installments. Well, that may be subject to change after Nintendo has taken the series seriously with Metroid Prime 4. So much so that they most likely took the game out of the hands of Bandai Namco so that the experts at Retro Studios could restart the project and return to the Metroid Prime series over a decade after completing the original trilogy on the GameCube and Wii. Since January 2019, the game has been taking shape as Retro Studios has brought in new talent and even old retro veterans back from some of the most respected developers out there. I just need to say Halo's 343, Battlefield and Mirror's Edge EA DICE, Call of Duty Black Ops Treyarch, Borderlands Gearbox, God of War Santa Monica Studios, even Rockstar. Yes, with a hiring spree of some of the best people in the industry, it is obvious that this will be Retro's biggest game to date. And since they have not failed us so far a single time through 3 excellent Metroid first-person adventures and 2 brilliant Donkey Kong Country platformer successors, we have faith that Metroid Prime 4 will deliver sometime in late 2022 or at worst 2023. Now then, before we get into our top 3 upcoming Nintendo Switch games, let's go over some honorable mentions. Starting with Mario Golf Super Rush, since it has deep golf simulation gameplay, Wii Sports style motion controls, new cool modes like Speed Golf, and what seems to be a deep Mii character story mode. Oh, and it's coming out on June 25th. Overwatch 2, since it looks great, but we are unsure how well it will run on the Nintendo Switch and if it will come out the same date as on other systems. All by revealed Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Obviously, since Pokemon deserves better in a new decade from both a graphical and gameplay perspective. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2, as it is an amazing remake of the originals and coming out on the Nintendo Switch later in 2021. And finally, No More Heroes 3, which slightly missed the top 10, mostly since we're a little unsure if the new format with aliens will be as emotionally investing as the Assassin's Tournament of the first 2 games. We'll see if Suda delivers on August 27th.
Now then, the number 3 is none other than Hollow Knight Silksong. Since 2021 has been the year, right? The original Metroidvania action-adventure Hollow Knight was an indie masterpiece in 2017, and on the Nintendo Switch in 2018. It's been 3 to 4 years since then, and over 2 years since the reveal of the anticipated sequel. Yes, February 2019. So much like Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. For Hollow Knight Silksong with Hornet as its lead role in a brand new location, with equally new moves and powers, bug-infested battles and challenges, and a story that may surprise. If you haven't already, you should definitely play the Team Cherry Classic, as it's one of the most anticipated sequels in gaming. With brilliant gameplay, stunning, beautiful settings that hopefully will deliver another triumph for the developer.
Same can be said for our number 2, Splatoon 3, which is coming out sometime in 2022. Most likely summer, between May, the release month of Splatoon in 2015, and July, the release month of Splatoon 2 in 2017. And as we clearly concluded in our game versus game battle of the 2 games, this franchise just gets better and better for each new installment. Hence it comes as no surprise that Splatoon 3 could be the best yet. And based on the reveal trailer, we have no reason to doubt that this will be the most ambitious game in the For Now trilogy, with a more gritty style and feel which shows how gone the human civilization is with the Eiffel Tower right here, but also that there are more rundown locations of the Inklings and Octolings. The much more streamlined and deeper character customization and companion customization, the new weapons, stages, presentation, and most of all graphics point to Splatoon 3 being far more than an improved assets flick. Actually, more of a true successor of the first 2 games in the series. We for sure can't wait to play the best Splatoon yet, 5 years after Splatoon 2. Oh, the expectations will be high for this one, though not as high as for number 1, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Yes, another list. And once again, just like in 2020, Breath of the Wild sequel is up top, as Breath of the Wild is still our favorite Nintendo Switch game. And you know what? I will give this one to Super Zelda Go, as I have talked about this game on the channel for well over 2 years now.
being the direct sequel to 2017's undisputed Game of the Year with over 200 Game of the Year awards around the world. The hype for Breath of the Wild 2 is up there with Elder Scrolls 6, as Breath of the Wild is by far the best-selling Zelda title ever, and has brought more new Zelda fans than probably the rest of the 3D games combined. So reusing the open air of Hyrule, but giving it a new purpose and depth with the same Link and Zelda in conflict against the resurrected Ganondorf seems to have been a very good idea, since we need more from the era of the Wild and a new battle of power against wisdom and courage, and a story that might tell the stories of the mysterious distant past. New gameplay mechanics like Link's glowing hand, Zelda's shorter hair, and a dangerous malnourished Ganondorf is likely the ultimate Zelda showdown of all time, will be number 1 until it comes out around holiday 2021, though more and more likely sometime in 2022. A 5-year wait for any new Zelda installment is painful, but we believe that this engine, art style, character and world reusing title will deliver the dungeon, open world story experience we all crave. And all before Splatoon 3, just like in 2017 with Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2. But first, we still need its title revealed.
And there you have it, our top 10 upcoming Nintendo Switch games for 2021, 2022 and possibly even beyond. But do you agree? Or are you still waiting for the reveals of some other games than listed here? Sound off in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and share this video, subscribe to the Commonwealth Realm to help the channel grow, and press that notification bell and again for all notifications. Finally, a big thanks goes to all our great patreon.com/commonrealm patrons, and in particular our royal producer Charles Shash. And please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.